Hello and welcome to Weekend Investing Daily Bites. Today is August 20th, episode number 77. It was a red day and the markets opened with a gap down and pretty much could not recover for most part of the day from this loss. As we do every Friday, we go into a Ask Weekend Investing question round, and we'll do that post this market wrap up. So metals were really the one sector that really got ambushed, and the index on the metal sector was down 6.5% roughly. Banking, commodities, public sector enterprise, large pharma stocks, infra stocks, all on the back foot, mostly profit taking for now, since the market has not had a profit taking round for a long time. So there are a lot of weak hands in the market. This may or may not be a turn in the market trajectory, but certainly it is a largish sort of a corrective move that seems to be developing. Again, we are following global trends on this. So if the US market bounces back, or the global markets recover very quickly, then so will we. So it's a very difficult ask to figure out what kind of depth of this correction that could be. Maybe it is already done, or maybe there is more to come. It's very difficult to say. FMCG, consumption stocks, and some IT stocks, they were the places where money was hiding today. So a lot of profit booking in the more higher risk sort of sectors, and that money moved into more of defensive stocks, so as to say. So a pretty a tough day in terms of just being red all over the place, and we can see that the indices were down from 0.7% up to 2.4% on the small caps, and so were all the products down from 1.3% on LTC Next 200 and up to 3.6% on ATH2. So it's been a terrible sort of day, but we need to also understand that this is a part and parcel of this entire journey of creating wealth over time using a strategy. So we cannot expect every week or every month, every day to go in our favor, and that's why we need to accept such days. As long as your strategy can outperform over the markets over a longer period, this is all part of the game. So I would not look very deep into that and derive any inferences. The only thing you need to worry about, if at all, is that are you overexposed to the market? So the money that you put into the market, do you need that money in the short term, 1 years, 2 years, etc., or are you going to get uncomfortable if the market falls, let's say 30-40% like it did last year? So the capital that you have in the market should be long term capital. It should come in gradually. If you want to not have uncomfortable situation, and you feel that the money that you have in is very important to you in the very short term, then you must take something out even now, if you like, because we don't know. I mean, this may take off again, or it may fall from here. So from that perspective, you should have your allocation done as per your financial planner and your financial position. Let's go to the Ask Weekend Investing. We've done 6 rounds and we've covered 137 questions before. Let's see what we can do here. Question 138 from Mr. Falcon Singh. ATH2 is down 9 to 10% since you invested. Can you suggest if you can invest more now? Is it a good idea to add more on a Friday? I feel Monday is a good to add to more rebalance. What do you suggest? So ATH2 currently has a lot of small caps, and unfortunately the timing of the launch was such that market peaked on small caps on that day, and over time, as other market cap stocks will outperform, it may have a more rational balancing that will come in automatically. So do not go by the percentage drop on your portfolio or on the ATH model portfolio as a benchmark to get in quickly. I think especially when small cap heavy portfolios are there, you must allow a reasonably large drawdown to invest more. But if you're doing SIP based investing, then of course you must invest every month or whatever SIP that you wish to add. So I don't think the market has come off that enough that you should aggressively go in, but that part is of course your decision. Because of my license, I cannot advise on an individual basis, and there is no timing ability that I have, which can say that what's a good level to enter. But in the past, what has been seen is that larger double-digit downsides are good points to start to look aggressively. But right now, I think it is a bit early, if I were to guess it. Mr. Patra is asking, have you thought of making rebalance every 2 weeks? If not, please analyze and share the results. So we have not thought about this, and there is no rethinking about the rebalance process that we have. We have a strategy which is monthly rebalance in nature, and we'll have more strategies like that maybe for monthly rebalance or for weekly rotational rebalance, etc. So there is no thought about going for rebalance in 2 weeks. At some point of time, some strategies may work. If we are doing a 2 weekly rebalance, we can always come back and answer you on that at that point. Ayush is asking, for people who initially put in lump sum, now are sitting at 10% drawdown. So is it okay if we reduce our initial small cap allocation now and put in some more capital? Or is it not worth to pull out of the capital when it is drawdown? No, so pulling out of capital should not be based on the drawdown. It should be based on your comfort. If you are not comfortable with where the market is, you should pull out the capital to the level where you will be comfortable if there is a steeper drawdown. So, I mean, right now, I think there is hardly any drawdown. And at 5 or 10% drawdown, I think with the kind of market run that has happened, if the market has to correct very dramatically, then 30, 40, 50% is not ruled out. So play accordingly, and if your capital invested is lump sum, and which I've been always saying last many months, do not invest lump sums, go very, very slowly. But in case you have and you are uncomfortable, withdraw whatever level of lump sum amount that you think is good for you to become comfortable. Mr. Hariom says, any plan for fixed income products? No, sorry, we don't have any plans for fixed income products. Equity is one such asset class where fixed income becomes very, very difficult to derive out of unless you're doing some sort of option strategy. But even there, the fixed income nature becomes very unfixed at times. Nitin is asking, I'm always confused. What would be a good day to add capital? What if I add on a Friday and Monday and few of those stocks are removed? So best is to add capital, post a rebalance. Because let's say you're adding on Thursday and Friday, and as you rightly say, the stocks get removed. So they'll, why to incur all that additional cost of adding those incremental additional quantities. Shashank says, I have invested in MIMT all cap. I can see some realized returns, and now there is total returns and current returns which are different. Also, money invested and money put in are different. Can you throw some light? Please send us mail and we'll ask Small Case to analyze your portfolio. We've done some videos on how there could be a gap between the model portfolio and your portfolio. Please go and see that. So you send us mail and we'll send you links to that. I don't think there's any reason to sort of repeat what we've already sort of mentioned several times. Sorry, I've messed up the sheets. The next question is from J.S. Ratty. What strategies to take to invest 1 CR or more money to your bouquet of products? What will be the allocation like? If we touch 15 lakhs in 2 to 4 of your strategies, what will be our next steps to scale with you? So I would say, mainly our strategies are not meant for HNIs like you. Our focus is more for, people who have portfolios in the bracket of 5 lakhs to 20 lakhs, for instance. Uh, so our strategies are geared towards that. However, if you allocate within various strategies, then you should be able to, or you go to live products, then you should be able to easily go with that kind of allocation, because small case being a market driven market order driven system, we don't want a lot of people to come in with their money bags and even further distort the slippages that happen at times. So essentially we need to curtail the amounts that are coming in each strategy, and that is why we also close them. So please look at MI50 and MI30 if they suit your purpose, and otherwise please allocate across strategies and see if whatever we can take. And please also use the PMS services and AIF services. There are some great managers out there who are offering fantastic results. So thank you for being with Weekend Investing, but please give others some business also. Jaideep Dhamal says, "Dear sir, my query is related to investing under Invest More. What should be an ideal day? Should we do immediately after rebalance?" So as I said just in the previous question, yes, please do it after the rebalance. And midweek is normally a better day than Mondays or Fridays, in my opinion. But there is I don't have data to support that. Mr. Gopal Trivedi is saying, "It is so awfully difficult not to think about the ill timing of the launch of new products this month. Transpires that even the best of these stock market strategies cannot time the market better." So Gopal, as I already said in the introduction, yes, the timing of the new launch was unfortunate, but as I've always said, we really cannot time the market, and not many people can do that. Those who can do that are real magicians. And so our purpose is not to time the market. We are looking at the products with a 3 to 5 year sort of a vision, and there will always be periods every year where you will feel that you've been stuck at the top. But if you will continue to add into your products over time, you will see. And if you go to many of the DBs that we've done on how even small cap strategies, purely small cap strategies, have been able to recover from drawdowns, and what people's experience have been, if you go through the Weekend Investing chats, you will find that this is all part of the process. So people mostly come with a very trading sort of mindset into strategies and want quick results. But equity is one place where quick results are only coming because of luck. Otherwise, by default, you should expect results only over time. So I hope that answers your query. Harshad says, "Why are the mid caps and small caps going down every day?" I don't know the why, but I can tell you that they have gone up quite a bit, and hence some correction or profit taking is happening. Whether this will keep happening for some more time or whether this will start going up again is something that I cannot forecast. This will affect all your strategies and dent investments going forward. Yes, whenever markets will fall and those segments in which we are invested will fall, we will get hurt. That is an accepted part of this long-term strategy that we have. The next query is from Teja. "I have invested 1 lakh rupees in MI20 and plan to do a monthly SIP of 10,000. Let's say if there is a substantial correction like 20%, would you recommend investing lump sum or should I let the SIP run?" So again, as I said, it is a very individual thing. It is very difficult for me to generalize this, but I would think corrections very near 20-25% sort of range. You could look at opportunistic investing now, whether that is 2 or 3 SIPs put together or more lump sum or less lump sum. That is your call. But simply just letting your SIP run also is a great strategy. So I think that also works. Mr. Aman Khan has said, "You have previously mentioned in your DB that most of your strategies had historically lesser drawdowns than the market. We've put up whatever is the drawdown as per our models, as per our data. So, you can go and look at that. In the last month itself, all your strategies have corrected more heavily than the underlying index. That is always possible. We will underperform at times. I have not claimed anywhere that every month I have to outperform the market. So this is my comment on this." The Gingerbug Trading asks, after enrolling to two small cases, my index value has fallen to 93% and 91%. I mean, it can't fall 93% and 91%, but I think what you mean is it has gone from 100 to 93 and 100 to 91. Is it a good time to add funds? Did I enter at a wrong time, wrong step? So in hindsight, we can always say that that was a market top for the short term, but on that day, it did not seem like that the market is going to roll over. So about the timing, I've already answered in the last many questions. It's a very personal decision, but I would, in general, think that the small caps have not yet corrected much, and hence maybe you can wait more. Sahil says, any psychological tip to stay away from looking at the screen frequently? The psychological tip is that you need to practice, and if you are doing only, let's say, weekend investing sort of strategies where the action point is only once a week, then you really need to train yourself to not look at the markets all the time, because when you're not going to act, what is the point of looking, right? So it is basically a waste of your time, and you're probably disturbing whatever else you would be doing at that time. So my suggestion is, in case you're not trading, in case you're not doing any intraday sort of work, remove the trading app or whatever market watch screen that you have on from your phone, and maybe once in a while just go and see on a website or on your desktop, etc., or on the television where the market is, in case you want to do that. But a lot of people will find it's best to just look at the DB every day and figure out what happened, and if there is no action needed, then there's no point of really seeing it all day. Mitesh says, what should be the proportion of portfolio to allocate in NG 50/50? A weekly SIP is fine, or to have? So allocation questions will have to go to your financial planner depending upon your personal situation, your risk ability, your situation of your emergency funds, your longevity of or the runway for your goals, etc. So this is not a question that I can answer. Mohit says, you always recommend not to average down on stocks, but you also recommend to add capital or when the strategy. So this is not a dichotomy. I always say don't average stocks which are losing when you are sort of playing a discretionary investing on a stock. So if you are, let's say, buying Aurobindo Pharma and it is dropping every day and you are averaging down in hope of it coming back up, so that is something that I say that don't do that. But when you are playing a strategy where the capital allocation is happening on its own and the losers will get removed on its own and winners will be allowed to run on its own, then adding capital to that strategy is not a issue. Yes, at some point it may happen that you added capital and it added that capital also to those shares which got thrown out the next week. So that will happen because we are not selecting an individual stocks to invest in, and we will invest as per the current allocation. But I hope you got the difference, that averaging down on a particular stock without a strategy versus putting in more capital into a strategy as we get into a drawdown, because the drawdowns are the best areas where you want to add capital into a strategy, but not in an individual stock discretionary system. Did I skip a question? One sec. No. So the next question is from Sachin. Why can't we have a rotational large cap momentum small case? So this is a very wonderful question, Sachin. I have always wanted to have a rotational large cap momentum small case besides NNF10, which is also large cap. But we already have so many products, and this time when I was launching these products, I had already researched and wanted to roll out a rotational large cap momentum small case, but I could not because there were already so many products. So yes, this is something that I will do in the future for sure, but I really cannot commit on the time right now. So this is all the questions that I had today. I hope you are watching all the previous Ask Weekend Investing daily bites also. And if you have any questions which we could not answer, please send them on email to support@weekendinvesting.com. We are very happy to answer all your queries which are related to the products. But if you will keep sending me queries about what should I do, then that is not the area which I can suggest you anything. I have license restrictions that I cannot give you any financial advice, and you need to find a financial planner for that purpose. So beyond allocation, beyond how much, when should I come in, beyond timing questions, if you have any question related to the platform, any question related to the products, I am more than happy to answer. Thank you. Bye.